The new patriotic party, we are the new patriotic party. The elephants are in the same bowl. We not your collection. We shall win to save Ghana.
Of your manifesto no. E ka dia ye babeto ye. Ene dia yetumi aye. Ye ka dia yetumi aye wi a na fe de yakọ ye commitment ana ye koye nim no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eni so ade hu da eso a owo ema oman no. Na ye 2024 manifesto no. The man yes strong ko ne say ye de manifesto no esi ennan anase foundation bia na enkane no na yenya wo man we mu. Nti manifesto no hwe niam a ye no aye di se asoman no etumesisi yie no na ya kire kwan befa so ye bebo ho ban ye wia na ya hwe de aka ye ntumi ye no so de na sese ye na yetumi edeko nim. For example, senior minu nyina be ya dwen say oman we ade bakon for a very long time na edi yenya eye okay homesu ya honsem apomode honsem yen road infrastructure nenimpo menka road nko a mede transport infrastructure inti road ka ho railways ka ho marine and so eka ho ene aviation we are enwuma nsem nso eyade bako a na high adwe. Into the biggest question is that for the past 8 years no na saying na sanema we isiti na dn yetumi aye
and about research my impact before and after.
And that is why Mimi Gidi say about where you know. After all the shades that you be true, propaganda you be ye, kasentia, we say politics there. Senator de bia, we say you be doing good no fear bow, because I know man yeti no crowd, you tie no for not doing anything, no. But I am thinking that beyond Sanyama way nyina no, say sanso back na ebisa ye say Ghana nsem no say netie. Na hwan ene ye gidi say afie na ye da ye nim no obetumi pia yen akoye nim. No kra ne say there is no point in the life of any country dia oman penyina omotumi aye. Enunti na neme no ka say even almighty America krom koto aba November ba omuguso che niam omo ba omo be and sa niam na omo ka no enye different from niam ye ka ho asem. The central theme of every state are the same. Oko America, omo campaign Kamala Harris and Trump you know. Housing edimu akotin. Sure. Jobs edimu akotin. Health edimu akotin. Businesses edimu akotin. In fact, for a very long time in the history of a friend is saying America, in these elections, they are discussing road infrastructure.
America?
Yes. To the extent that Kamala Harris is speaking about intervention or the better kwemu in rehabilitating and improving road networks.
Because Nansem will be pa mekofa Queens Albany ho tutu.
Yeah. Inti obia obema yadwen say ye kwakoto aba na uwa abayimu inti uni ho kwan say obebe catch me say me ba me yesi no. The person is missing the point. And that's why I keep asking. The NT ye kokoto abane say ye won pempen su bia ye behia kende ni bi na wahwe ne ma bia ya amayen. Eno nkyere say the ananka ye pese ye nyina ye nsaka. Eno nti na in the year 2004 omampeni kufo no your mampeni enso obekaya all bab elections no or say so far so good. Okay, senior. That was his 2004. So far, so good. That was on Mampeni Kufo. Meaning say it was fair. Say baby says, now you're Mampeni. And now I'm called and I'm quite so I catch say yen to about na babe I didn't idea was for babe no year it's simply because you were 4 years for a buy no say on fan hye niema say wo pew say wo mpew enye niema wo pese wo ye nyina na obetuma na within 4 years into the how ye ne say 4 years ne so a na wa hwe pempen so a ya ba bedu no na we bisa wo say baby ye gina nei no 4 years a day nim no die na ebetumi asanso aye that is why offer manifesto now you realize that manifesto no class still doesn't fix all our issues forever and ever because any day obetumi aye manifesto be fix your problems in either day amayen into manifesto we so ebe ye bia ka baby ye wonum na ye kodu 2028 nso a ya hwe say empempen so be na ya ba bedru baby ye dru no enfie na ye day nim no die na ebetumi aye day aye and that is why this manifesto says that between the year 2017 ebepem 2020 senior obia bedia dance say or my way in terms of your economic growth it was without question bebia ebe for mine in the year 2017 GDP inflation exchange rate reserves every aspect of our economy improved drastically between 2017 to 2020 and no a change bien ni ho eso say ye pew say ye mpew ye bedu 2020 no ye benya akwanhie bi na etode bi asema meka ne say bi a wudwin say bi a eye excuse a aban we use a na we bisa ho say okay oman bi wo ho a ono so ekotru sa akwanhie ni mu ana oman bi eni ho de a let's say excuse but so oman bi wo ho de a and you better say obetumi aka say excuse then we quickly look around senior there is not a single country in the world if you see afa na ba company wa ye beka say neme no ka say on go through economic struggles and nti all place obeyi no hwefrem UK today me no ka say up to now the United Kingdom is still struggling to get out of the economic crisis
ayi ni amani bi okra na like Costco as danum ne ade o to a ye man to two yeah.
Oh, at some point, Germany, at some point last year, almost short say some any oil. At some point, in fact, Obekaya 2022, it's an economic crisis in the UK. Almost kate, almost change your prime ministers. I think twice or 3 times within 6 months because of this. Emma Yanka say you have macro binya exchequer position. You could quasi party. Do baby crano. A cofa problem e pamono because yes here dey no ye no hu so e man the prime minister so ye dey ekoi nti o man bia true United States senior me no ka say omo do 40% high inflation omo e fe say 40-year high inflation omo hu bida in the last 40 years omo share inflation akosro to that level da nti clearly no the world is going through a lot. I was being told about 2 weeks ago say oko China container na be $1,000 $2,000 e bi okra na $1,500 no e say na $7,500 any $8,500 na see mu sa kana ya ship ife mu na de ba Africa yi e friend say Israel for ne
ayi for
Hamas for instance minti e ho tension ba ho nti say containers ifi abuchima mu China na yare na ba entumi mfa saa ehɔ no emma nti ekɔnwan kwan tenten nti e ma freight cost ekɔso what it means is that e be affecting the man na ye dey ye fefi abrochie no edemu ha niema e wo ha ye use yi emu be 80% me gidi say fi Turkey edu ba bi no Turkey inflation ekoya akodu 80% nti say okoto microphone yi fi Turkey $100 a month before na buy a o say akoto bi ma akɔ $180 e ka no ye remember consumer no e wo my way mu enti say ye pew say ye mpew e your how ni abebresa ni akwanhia ye ba be hia ye be no nkire say wo ya aban na wo hia sa akwanhia na wo beto nsa akɔ wiem na waka say mabre mintumi ye ho hwe enti dia mpe bia monye enu nti e na efi 2020 ho a bepem nei aban we ya dane ni o man kakranka to make sure say in spite of the difficulties no you bet you ma Ghana ni ho ahehan no senior wo kwa aman foforo so a enda fam kra wo Nigeria hey When you say Nigeria, they've been protesting for the last 1 month. You are aware.
Yeah.
In the northern part of Nigeria, they've been protesting for the last 1 month. In fact, Nigeria, they are breaking into supermarkets and the malls and the shops. Okay, say Nigeria somewhere last year. Now almost the I don't know if you recall.
Yeah.
They were buying money with money. Nigeria. Edu baby now kweti ama unye sika yi. Nti obi kreska. O do de na mana. No so de. It be a woman no 1,000 no ama 800. So ati ase. Dollar e won Nigeria and na upe bi kra we den. Anya. Nti we really need to understand say a lot of countries are going through a lot of crisis. And for us as a country, no, say your politics pa na yeba beye. Na enye say bia mijina pa dia senior. I can tell you without any shadow of doubt say in all humility say yenya ban papa. Wohwe kwanya in the midst of crisis. Nesefo ye tuomoka. Teacherfo ye tuomoka. In the midst of crisis, ye fa nesefo adwumem, ye fa teacherfo adwumem.
And this for say. Mo sheda. Munim sa ka be 3 months me beto aba. Musi ye fa ni 15,000. Na mo fa mo wi a na mo ntimi ntua mo kante o mo de o mo nko o mo mien fa o mo ba betua ka. Afi mo pese mo de nya vote.
Sina wo say NDC for no typically nankasa no. Election we aye dia mo. Nti nsem ni bi wo mo kan hu ne tie hu ne nan. Sina wonim say no government in the history of the Fourth Republic has recruited nurses, doctors and health professionals within 8 years than the MPP has done. So 15,000 or more cano. And no quantity recruitment in the last 8 years.
Oh, there be.
Yeah, about Bemono. Not necessarily Tiffy, but what you knew. Necessarily Tiffy, NDC for formal 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. In fact, let me put it on record. For the entire 4 years of former President Mahama presidency, next 4 years school under his presidency in the year 2019, year recruitment at the finance for no, you conform from 2013, 2014, 2015,
because there was a freeze on employment.
Exactly. No, okay. It's true. There was a freeze on public sector employment. Especially teachers, nurses, and the care count. And there's no doubt about that. But that should tell you, say, so Baba catcher will say, yeah, Kotwaba, 18 a year for nurse for 15,000. Now Bisa will say, nurse for the one yafa in the past 8 years, no. And no, how do you account for that? Now we are aware, say, you see, NDC, I can open the letter and read to you. November 2016, aka 2 weeks a Kotwaba no, for nurse for my way. In fact, release financial clearance. Recruiting us for. Now, what happened is that because it was so close to the elections, recruitment in the and they got to Aba. You to Aba December no more finance for. You lose elections no December no more finance for. You see, when it's time for serious business, see the men possible. Allowing you now, if you say 13th for say 18th December, and almost sign a friend is saying contract to the box site and man even on the 6th of January 2017 and this is for a signing contracts. There's nothing wrong with that because until so by hand you over a Viano or Independence Square now new president and I swear una president. There's nothing wrong with that. And see what is the big deal if a buying our finance for any teacher for seeing Obiano or say finance for any teacher for nti anya bia yenya financial clearance ye betumi finance for no yenka say about 20 ye mfa wo mo ye bejo matena fie te say na wuja mo tefie 4 years na and the fact of the matter is say in spite of the crisis senior there is not a single public sector employee obeka cho say bosumi aso abayin to be ntuaneka. In fact, even in the crisis we are increasing public sector salaries even in the crisis. Okay, say somewhere in 2015, was it Bajo say?
So recent year, I'm saying 23%.
23 was 25%. Yeah. Okay, say under the NDC, when they encountered crisis, almost the 3 months pay policy be by. See now you can't blame them because the economy was struggling. So the easiest way for them was to cut corners. Into what was happening, they say, TJ did I have fun no? Or you about 1 year. Abain say even though why 1 year no nke say me tu aka 12 months but me niska intimate you 3 months nurse ni oye adwuma 1 year yes me niska intimate you 3 months no more friend pay a friend saying 3 months pay policy, but we haven't seen that under this government. In fact 2020 crisis in the buy, you know, it's under the friend saying health crisis in Inti. Abain was forced to employ a lot more nurses at that time and introduce additional allowances and incentives at that time to ensure that we protect the lives of this country. And then we say senior 5 million Ghana Fomba over 5 million and a senior high school education more Abain or mine etu omo free. Maminka semitro bra kwame every 2017 bepem ne Abain has spent over 129 billion on free senior high school nkwa. 129 billion on free senior high school nkwa. Ya triple the amount of money we spend on senior high school from 6 billion a year to 18 billion every year.
But so what here his excellency John Dramani Mahama on free senior high school oba expand the infrastructure beba enrollment in because nempo or the about private schools ni nyina oba enroll no nyina
I keep saying this. They be make us the same way. Hwe say obi be catch us say me ba me yesi yamowa me any problem aden na say your Ghana your problems na the same. It is solutions no normally similar. Me how am wo e former president when say yen tunte so to fam en sign fire teacher man yeden en fa Ghana any nipa ho ade 2008 wa bro na free senior high school enyam be ye policy kra na ye ka ho asem keke kra no wonu political party ye advert mbako 46 etia policy na ye nyam mayo say enya de papa. In fact Lee Okran, Minister for Education under the NDC etna TV so can say free senior high school no enya possible nanka eyade ye betumi aye anka Kwame Nkrumah ye na Kwame Nkrumah ntumi aye ne de na nche ya de betumi na even the Soviet Union kra entumi ama secondary education aye free okawo TV so senior and the General Secretary of the NDC Fifi Kwete ekaye ofre press conference e catch am say free senior high school na ye promise no all lie be lie 419 policy senior NDC 4-year protest e woka kwan ho e march ye e bo band free education 419 free education 419 omampeni dada John Dramani Mahama e jina Ghana fo nyina enim catch am say I will not implement free senior high school education on the whimsical promises of a desperate politician. Ni tree ni say, me sorry enye free senior high school because politician be to say Kufuor or say Chinchinachi and say your mampeni air promise. Senior, even after we brought free senior high school education, omo catch and say free senior high school education ebema the quality of education akofem. Nyame adom quality na akofem. The performance of the free senior high school graduates, it is better than every WASSE resource we have seen in the past. When that resource also came out, the same former president Bekache Ghana for you say, "Oh, adiane kra no, omu wiaye na omu no teacher for ne ka bomu wiaye enye saa nkomu ntumi nya saa resource no." Senior, eno enti na sa oba Bekache yen say, all of a sudden, free senior high school da wegu mfia ya saa ne ma makeke nyina yi. Afede ebusiafo montoma me na se montoma me a omo di ade ne bae no ko mahu ye omo na ade ne ye omo dae so no omo ehu ye omo ade ne ye omo ni so ade hu no omo ehu ye mi mu a be kaseti aye mi a me se mi ni gide wom mi a me se enye possible mi a me se mi wo 2 billion am friendship no me tumi aye ni ye sen de ode ade ne bae no senior does it add up sebe o wadaro ma ade nchi you but say ukasa se we kira oba 9-year-old kra we bisa se dada ho menkai say enye possible say yebe chinchim other aspect of free senior high school. There are so many other aspects of free senior high school we need to continuously improve. But between the person who brought the policy and the person who spoke against the policy and fought it, you can say choose baako nenya gidie wo ni mu say obetumi improve ya wan na obefa na wonim abakosem bi wo ho ma menkai wo ade ba ko nti a Ghana Fonje Jomahama any NDC ND His Excellency any NDC ND on their promises no any okay National Health Insurance Scheme
sure
a drop of pampeniku for the National Health Insurance Scheme ever in 2003 no unim said their NDC for year free senior high school policy sa pepe no year National Health Insurance in fact omo boycott the passage of the National Health Insurance cry in parliament omo say Ghana yendum pempenso a ye betumi afọ man sika etu obi a ayaresa ho ka but for the record we are aware say NDC PNDC and the health pay cash and carry by until the 1988 no now we are aware say Ghana ni entuya health ka e hospitals so we are aware it's NDC na introduce cash and carry in our healthcare system in this country. Fast forward on mampeni kufo by you know say Ghana fu adentin ese so bitumi yare e wo kuku a ayesuwa no na ese ni sika onni nti na wewu owo ka obi anadwo desuo mu na wewu obi ti pai no onni sika de beko hospital immediately na wewu yentumi nchechire oman saa kwan no so nti se ne etie bia si ye ho chi yen si ye ho nchi yen si ye wuska asoman si ye niska asoman apomudin wo nsam ko ade yentua ho ka yetua ne yesika nyina sakra enye hwe ino de National Health Insurance Scheme ye den e baaye omugu National Health Insurance Scheme hu fi e kan say tax a NHI tax a National Health Insurance tax a mampeni ko for de aba no e criminal
sa levy no
nti omo ma ho kwan e manemba omo baaye no betu mu. Now do you know what happened in 2008 ye koto aba na afede omu say afede health insurance no ababe crucial. So we a political party na say one car health insurance no one say me ye pa there. There is no way I'll be winning elections because everybody was happy. In fact, till date, me jidi say ubi so bia wo my we so onka policy ba ko Ghana ha. Ghana ni bia ni jemwa a health insurance. Because I know the man here ni etutumi a story kwaji apobodin. Enti now they realize that elections here ending. You see a peko in biso near the who better health insurance. So do you know what they did? Almost start here. Health insurance no kwa kofo we hu ye. Ye montoma ye. Sa premium na afibia mutua e renew health insurance no. Ye be no one time. Enti wo no utua sa premium no ba akopa untua biem kopemta ma obewu.
Yeah, mails pencil.
Ai. Okay. Untua biem kopemta ma obewu. Na ye na ebetumi aye ade ni ye ntimo ntoma ye. Ugidi se we ye Ghana ni na otesa asemu ya onfa. Health insurance aba e de opomuden hu sema akoyie untua hwe afobia be promise say renewal na kra no na mo atua de ba akopɛ untua biem kopemta ma obewu a so ba di afa Ghana fo gina no so eto aba ma former president Mahama and former president Atamels NDC aban for 80 years omo ba abemu they never mentioned anything about one-time premium health insurance. In fact, the only time omo kan ho asem no the general secretary of Fifi Kwete fafo na Google Fifi Kwete on National Health Insurance e ka che Ghana for say sa promise bi no mo de maye no it was overly ambitious and yet realistic intenya do mbetumi aye sambe no ne yenya to aba mo awie ye ho hwe a eyeye muntaka onabo muntaka kama pressure ba mo so 2014 2015 no SEO mo relax 2016 by second quarter they implemented one time premium ye kokoto aba in 2016 they will never mention anything about one time premium you know modify abemu the same game plan yen kasantia free senior high school yen gu ho fi yen to ho pin abato mbraso ade no ehia Ghana for pawo 5.7 million people senior it means that anya hwekra ya fa ne se busua bia de emionu kra over 2.5 million households 2.5 million households and are benefiting from free senior high school. It is one of the most powerful political tools that any political party can have. I'm telling you, do not play with the free senior high school policy. Whether osikeni and now ohieni, the fact that oba ebeko school or farm baga na oko school sikana ankempo wo de bebe ko tua ne school fees no utumi the top provisions ni bi yedai eka homa no ana ne mpabo bi owo no sempo wo yesikani a aka beto shoe ba kwa mana utumi nya sa sika no eto mienu no. Don't play with such a policy. Free senior high school the only policy create equity among the poor and the rich to dream and believe say they can be anything they want to be in this world. Me, I know what I'm talking about, and you can see I'm getting emotional. So what's in a classroom? I'm a teacher near back classroom. I bet pam way for classroom there. Obeti free senior high school.
You do exam time, and we must that list never.
I'm telling you. Now a doom spirit, a common soon. They are swinging to be few team. Now, all prepare for exams. No, a son is a dear chair who shows a best back class in tea. They are all kind of crampono and co team. Now, be dear, say, Metsi or Quapman School Assembly Hall. Miss Nicasia pa. Now, you say, I'm only 8 exams. Not Beza. Now, who trading and now shake it? Who trading and now shake it? Now, when you say Beza a rahau. Na okra sheet of paper. Na wafo akogina stage no so. Ni eba be frel. Na wo gina ho sa young child than that. Nothing. Eti say o sorry na wo say obi a good free senior high school mufia. No ntia. Let me also tell you another thing that free senior high school does. And na meti ya me no kase yi. Me Kwaku Abaogye me feel late. Me to be gina stage so. Na me gina vice president of the Republic of Ghana ho. Na me to be moderating the program man no. Education because senior say wo call late na wo ko hu baby am fi e wa beje dia wo baby hu say ye school e na me nya opportunity am call ya enka kwan ben na nka mefa so na me ne cantonment forma na me ne laboni forma etumi nya opportunity atena dan ba ko mu na me no madi nkomo. Why do you want to deny other children this opportunity? And I'm a living example of how a poor person's child, of how people who are vulnerable omomba and so bet to be any opportunity. Otherwise, them be osikeni bet to me awon neba. Neba na nko school kra obe bi adwuma not the neba na yeden ato ano. Aden ye papa Kwame despite we be a piece of meboa. Or when the neba na nko school pa obe ti kan say nko school no pe bia be production assistant. Adwuma na ye bet no esua. Na adwuma no no your pe e no ye e ma neba no meboa. Na me papa ni bi. Me ma me ye teacher. It is a meno. Se me nya kwaya nko school a edie na me de me bra e babaye. Na wa ko school senior. Na bibia ye ya say wo be ko school no wo be ko kwapman day 1 no. Untu ya school fees ne ye. Enti wo wura school ni mu no ye ma wo chete no kwa na wa kodom. Na wa konya bebiada. Na wo tete. Na wo nam denchi. Utumi ko shut down class sa.
Ayi Prempeh College crowd here. Obi a onim Prempeh College bia. Wo wura wa na Beza office no left and assembly hall no right. It will near gu assembly hall nanim. You are I'm telling you, me say, me go school, me shut down class. Because it's a strategy I me if you are making use on say. At time never so no ko apply for loan no. If you GCB, na you process here my you be school. Until first 1 week there, we my process na koso. Also want to be interfere. Enti one nam kwan ho e ready a no send the amount. Now they are kutuya. Now what happens is that because we try anything about baby in that to the whole day now shut down class and now June 9 p.m. No one best boko no one question them now your house master Mr. Debra Nyanko Pomfani Crency. Why you lucky? Now Mr. Debra so more emba obe chawo no asa me na metua fees no. Me na anya me na asa metua school fees no me ma me na deka. Na me no ye twa me ma. Na se me ma me atumi abre ni moja eni abre ne moria ani abɔ me ho ka na nyame adom metumi anyametie didi ma wa bedu se ya me nke bi ma free senior high school ana because ayo bia no benya maame te se me maame na watumi atete ne ho ntoma nyina ahwe me say what you say it is yenya aban bi na sa aban ne say Ghana ni bia wo Ghana fa na nyina no se ne yetie bia se ne yede o man sika ye health e ma ye no ye besa de o man sika aye education na anye hwe mpo no wo de ye ma wo opportunity se wo sai na wonim se wo na ye den wo sai no but wo katena fie dia na wantumi anko school esa na ohia dia enye wo fault ko ohia nti e na wantumi anko yenyi mfi kwa mu na wo so tumi ko school ni bi na ye hwe se wo betumi nya opportunity bi ewom na wotumi aye dia obeya ene se memete ha na ye di sankomo ya
I will advocate on every occasion for both the poor and the rich, because I know what it means to owe fees in school. NDC now realizes that Ghana for the do education free senior high school na tum. Inti yamfa ye ho andomo a ye beto abeti ayen. Inti ade no ye di kaya kadada. Say ye ni gidie wom. In fact, one of the reasons why NDC focus say we will review free senior high school. Now you say they will cancel it. Almost say a review doesn't mean cancel no any. Ade no from history media mo nyina che say mu ni gidie wom meboa.
But now we betre mu.
Meba. Who the kind say ukura sika 2 billion kra won fan shim. Yeah, the 129 billion ashim. Enti won no, that means you are not ready to even invest that much. O san so the kind say unjin this free SHS no, e say eyema obia. O say e say etuma ebi mo mbetumi tua ye den entua. They've said that. Enti say obe catch me say obe reviewer. Review, it doesn't necessarily mean cancel, but it means cancel as well. Review means that free SHS no, a fee paying. The only thing free SHS does, and they say, bill be nanka obeza de bema now they are coffee now perpetua no obeza de sa bill no ama aban e na aban den etua. That is the policy be nka ho free SHS policy no one. It is a worker say obe reviewer. These are the things you are likely to do. One, a bia oba review now person we na kire say wo de sika ni be be den e be ka ho. It can be a review. A bi so a oba obeti so. It can also be a review. And a
components no be BF.
It can also be a review. E bi kra so oba, obeti bi aka say kwame amu betu metua. Nti onu ntua. Kwame nkomati ka say don't ntua. Nti onu ye betua man. Obeti ma ye no so meboa. Nti review can mean several things. But at the moment, ye to me ka say oba cancel because of comments when making no nature the kind of reviewer who envisage say obeye. You have said you don't think everybody waka omampeni mama kasa onyi ni say etua fees mo bia waka o say say ebunutua na ebunutua. So that is his belief. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia belief ne say uye hie no uye sikeni interest school fees na ma abai asudie no. So there's a big difference between what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia believes on free SHS and what John Mahama also His Excellency also believes on free SHS. It is a catch up say what you say oba betwemu. We are right based on what comment I will make it. And then we principal our on free senior high school. Number 2, senior. Esa so mo say Ghana for the Abaogye free senior high school atumunti all of a sudden. Ye ba free SHS no kra. Omo mo de ba mo hu ye.
Se bia committee ni ko tena ase no.
No mo so me no.
Omo de niam egu akwamto o say ye expand ye betimi expand.
That is what actually this election comes down to. This election comes down to the two individuals, former President Mahama and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Why? Ene ye wodidie ewo ono ene na ban mu eho ene ye ba behwe se musu ene mo ban no senate ye die si ananu ninti ena Ghana fo nyi didie bia wo John Mahama His Excellency mu no enye the same strategy. National health insurance no se committee no kwatra se 2008 mu health insurance na kasati ya na fe de Ghana fa jatum nti en kan chom se be no one time premium ye be ni ye ba no ye so man ye 8 years omanye basata na enya to amamu we ye hwe yi nti eneyi se ye kasa mpenifo mi ni ye beyi baako based on side we are. Why should anybody or why would anybody vote for the NDC knowing what they did to us in the past? Because on my back some kire say ya no mo ye abato obeso a ade na omo so omo ni gidie wo mu no no ma dane omo te say chameleon no mo say afedi ye gidi wo de mo a no mo ja to nchen because they have no belief in it. If it is based on track record, see a two abanu based on trust, any sincerity there, former President Mahama and Nabai, they have no basis to stand in front of us and tell us we should vote for them. And you're very disrespectful. And you're very disrespectful on the part of the former president to tell teachers and nurses, say, Omuntu Abamano. Because school for no college or nursing and teachers and here for mano, would your allowance free on Abba? I
think it was later restored.
No, they never restored it.
Okay.
Even to date, even today, still talking about it. They cancelled it. Almost the loan. They rather want to make it a loan to the extent that say when na me yifu amoba 20 yami anka muntu yami. Enti adentina nurse ni o nursing college ene. onto abama wo de ene wo kono wo say monto ma me because mo allowance no aban so to 12 months but dem ka 4 months onto ya asem na okay na wo say what ye senior say what if you are won adwuma ene say wo adwuma na fada de se beka chance wo si akwame ene no advert ba ye shedan do so nti ma next month wo si kana akemu no metu ama de na befa
mefa de
because anya hwe krampo no wo betumi akọ Fidelity Bank and stand chat no aka chom say mama mo bosia na me pay slip ni ye de meka wo betumi ba fada de so aka che fada say fada wo de ma me introductory letter che say wo de meka na me fa nkoje bosia na me didi emfa shape meboa so they are never the same. Cancelling and taking away my allowance and yet it is not the same as say aban tua not the make some months it is adding necessary or two abama based on the away man no there is no basis share senior and you're very disrespectful on the part of the former president to tell medical doctors to abama no when you look them in the eyes and told them say compensation all the doctors asked at that time they say Mr. Shemo mama your conditions of service no improve kakra do you know as mo catch or shomoni catch or say he's not going to negotiate with them. In fact based on some no catch doctors no or call but one I was Rwanda I think it was Rwanda in the presence of foreign people or catch them say me krom omo strikes ma catch them say me ma be me who strike hu my also join funu me so sekai it labor unrest means nothing to me. He looked in the eyes of the labor and told them this. And you're very disrespectful for you to come back to them 4 months later and tell them say they should vote for you. It's disrespectful. It's painful. Former President Mahama, ojaye se esum ke bi bomu. Undoye esum ne ba no okwa abrochire. No ka kire wiase afa na nyina se Ghana ye nya crisis. Ye de sumu. Nti wo generator no fa be fam yen. Generator no de ba wo de fa be si wo ye betua nga krakra ade no kra de wo de be si wo say we generate power no je power na wo generate no si ye yusu ye betua ka kwa mi temi ye and no the generators bebre ba ye enti ye free bebre and do you know what happens by the time I do 2016 no ne we generators bebre go as a generators no e bro power kra ye hia so but ye what happened sika a ye de beto fuel sika a ye beto fuel egu generators ni no na ye ni bi enti we had so much power generation capacity but we didn't have money to buy fuel to power these generators. Senior, for 4 years 4 good years in the life of this country were left in darkness.
Ba o se omo efiso no na infidie thermal plants ni na o ma secure ni nyina we only came and then oiled it.
Oh, but that is actually true. Obia mi ho chinye you na we fit say your position no na the bia catch Ghana for say your energy crisis no financial we be say ka yes we are not disputing that but senior member o say about ko free generator but they say anything so that's what they did. In fact one of the reasons why we are going through that crisis because a lot of the IPPs are signing take or pay because generator they say me ko free generator they say strategy. The real problem for this country when it comes to energy.
Abusianfo eha RAZ Media GH. Yadamo asene mo bre video no ensi eguso aka more than an hour of a video. So video were very powerful. Inti mesra o se ema wurem free se obe share video no na wadamfo wunya wonhu nipa nso anya bi ahwe. Sans na message say like video no na sabio unyan subscribe into our channel RAZ Media GH but more than a subscriber say the beya abre bia the video beba no obey the first person to have the notification and message was say oba like video no ye nipa about 138 but e mutre pe and I like video no enti but more than na like video no na share na sanso subscriber higher RAZ Media had here you say we want the best for Ghana so any news any what them call interviewer a positive for Ghana especially esanso promote to Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Baumia any MPP amanyoko no there unya no ba bia say RAZ Media GH and she be obusia but mazana like video no na ye nko yanim kan go say there wo ye no who ye edema MPP amanyoko because ye ni say video no be ko akire na nipadom anya bi atie na nsɛm na miracle so ka no akɔ akyire na yɛtumi de anya dɔm ama yɛkɔto aba no sɛ boom 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 ɛde ama Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia ɛne napo on the 7th December coming. Abusu ya RAZ Media like na share na yenko yanim yento aso yebesan ababio.
Yeah, the ability to buy the fuel to power the energy. That is the problem. It's the Omokane is true. But for 4 years, the truth of the matter is that for 4 years, they could not buy fuel to power generators they have taken on credit to give us electricity. And you know what happens? Factories shut down. Media houses media houses lay off workers. You laid off workers.
Yes. In
this media house. For the first time in the history of this country, everybody turn that radio station upon. Because we're running on generator. It's about 10-9 no upon. And we are kete ubetuni atu radio station but na yashi because someone is going better power. Adverts on bebo nobody just can. Companies need the adverts in beba no. Companies also are struggling. Enti omo mebo adverts. Enti enyuma guye. Enkrofo ekunu num no omo yeno ma wale guye. Because about 6 wapo adwuma eso kofie. Light ni fie. Enti wafa madams no be 2-3. Sakumo no ablekuma ena madina instead sakumo no light no sata na ko off 3 days into 3 days ni ko di ablekuma na ablekuma light no ko off na madina de no ba na yakọ. That is am kofa wa eguye o friend us you mention bo member sisi ya won light ni fie nti. That is the situation in kofa busuafo eda theater bed so ye yom operation ni edum light. People's husbands, people's family died on the hospital bed. And then, senior, it's very disrespectful. Ghana for a man to catch and say, ye near Juma or Mampeni, ye peduma. What by moon penny for catcher or munkocha grass? Rashid Purple, or say munkocha grass, now Fabigu Kwa on a monton. A chance wa. Yeah, it's a mountain.
No punching you, a lucrative.
You okay, no problem. But see, it's here Kotwaba for Abaya Utumidi Numa. I bet to me sustainable ba. Any Abaya or see in Chan Nyadu and a moment. I mean, it's as simple as that. Or Sankache say, Yan come Romani and Cossa said, Buombe Kwani and Shishe, a bow, and Bogu Kwani and Shishe, Nianton, and a job, Miss Misano, Obu all at the end said Tamane Sono. Your business and a pie a bow. A boy pie. Obana metie boy so ma pie pa na ma hyehyɛ. Na wo hwɛ me tintin ya na ya you can imagine me tintin ta ma na me class 3. Sisi akra me tintin yi. Na kete. Na me fu abo na atwede na me fu na onim. The only time I me di amo ene te ya share boy no, ya share boy na. Eno afinu mu nyina ta ma be di amo ko efie no, wo be di fufu na pa ewia na nwunwa ne banku. Eno no de luxurious ye di Christmas. Enti da wo ti be ya wo beto ebo a ye be hye no. Oji usika na no akoto mo half cup. It's mama ewo fufu no na wo de wo mo esiso. It's sad and e shades nko a. Konko na obedi. Obi edi fufu na weti wo mo. Enti wo ba na ma hyehyɛ ebo na mete so a ewo mountains a enya sam ketwa. Ye hye ne pan. Lata Methodist Primary School na yesi ye no ye na ye pa ebo edisi school no. So the eno so wo ho. Na mom senior millions of young Ghanaians no mo pa adwuma no. Omo nyina no mo kopa ebo. Omo nyina na nkopa ebo. Ye krom na bi ebo wa ye be paya. Ni se kwa me krom wa ebo ho. Ye dey at mountain so. Enti obi na nkopa ebo. But that is the solution he brought to us. In fact, a drew baby or my way under former president. And I'm saying all of these things because strategy behind this if I say about we are Kokotuni, you were close to some 3 million voters here. They were never there and never saw the presidency of former President Mahama. And to him, so what the 18 and now, we more ya wajina ya buy or tisu yo. What the also ya on one because Tamana former President Mahama wa bemu now over 10 years. 10 years and he didn't do Kanya mother. So abandon no do no said they no nim. Inti you know the 18-year-old person no kwakotwa no. The onimwa ye ekufo ado aban. But the truth of the matter, I says Gen Z yomuti asene say definitely we need to make a choice between two leaders. And the former president is surely not an option. I respect him. He's a fine man. He's a good man. But the truth of the matter is, he's had an opportunity to be vice president. He's had an opportunity to be president. And in each of these roles, he was abysmal, he was incompetent, and he was a total failure. As vice president, video no me watch if I last week me boy what the next chapter shows so John Jinapo honorable I know a spokesperson for the vice president John Mahama e can with TV so say you be say what role is your boss the vice president playing in government or say the president former president Atamils has decided say or no Atamils will take care of the serious government business, and these are his words. Serious government business. He's concentrating on the economy and all the core government business. And my boss, the vice president, is taking care of the social issues and the media interactions. So my boss is all over the place. That's why you see him all over the place, engaged in social issues. Into outdooring, our day, speech and prize giving day.
Say better to about public lectures.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
There's a social event. So that was his job as vice president. So I just say he has nothing to show. And then Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Kanye, I want to lecture and say, be counted for something. Be counted for something. No matter what it is, be counted for something. Something positive. Definitely you have a negative on you. But why is it that negatives in one? Where is the positive? One thing, mention one thing. I say, oh, me as vice president and as president there, I dear my champion, me initiative, I'm a champion, and they about my women back up.
University of Ghana Medical School.
Why they see infrastructure? You see infrastructure, you didn't see the boom. Can I say a good for the second? Can I say a man transfer of a ball?
Range Hospital.
You can see a man transfer of a ball. You see a man go for card and can see a man call. Infrastructure, they own infrastructure no a budget line. Si can honor the mark contract and quad obesi. And we have found solve problems. Problems are obi and yabi. And I'll give you an example. The reason why infrastructure ain't a big deal, and they say, to me spreading infrastructure at the same time, MOB and yabi. It is an infrastructure and kwan out of record there. It means that because Okosi Airport Terminal 3. Maybe come later. You do sign a airport Terminal 3. And you see Terminal 3 now say Udiano. And I say and no need the entire nation to Abama. Met wait here. Because the only way I met to Abama on the say Kufa de Yalate, Manfequine. It is a Minya media they are. Infrastructure no Minya media they are made in Swatoba. So infrastructure in there. And no Obo numbers no I Obo na Odi actually their wire, the audio or my Nisikaye. But here they are to be just say me so and Namidi Ura about 12 from. Because Obiya Yebi. Nana Danko Kufado, Koshe Development, Awaya University of Development Studies. Nansia University of Health and Allied Sciences. Koshe University of Energy and Natural Resources. Abambe Naba, were initiated 111 hospitals at the same time. 111 hospitals.
Bungalows,
no government has since Nkrumah Bechemu, Abembi no will provide infrastructure accommodation ama police here Kufado. Since Nkrumah Bechemu, Abembi no will provide logistics, cars, any logistics ama police, any security services here Kufado. Since Nkrumah, Nana Danko Kufado, at least 11,974 kilometers of routes in a wayamo on my way in 8 years. Former President Mahama Eso Parliament, Omunina Parliament, Ekoyom record. On also say 4,600 or so routes. It is an infrastructure and just to Abadia and you want to me a campaign. There is no sector in infrastructure, Mahama, Uchayen, His Excellency. None. The number of if it is a fish landing site I see. And then cruise ships, a cruise if you are memu, and until we are suffering na be parke, ewa umina, na brofosi, no makoyeto. Kohe Jamestown fishing harbour. Sunyane airport, and then you know kasi obetwe twa tickets na wako. Kohe di aye Kumasi airport. Kohe Tamale airport. Interchanges aye ebia so Tamale for so. It's infrastructure there. When you say 2019 number some of the infrastructure here campaign. What is Omuka Wansamda? Because it's there, vivid. Okay. There is no way the NDC can match the MPP anywhere when it comes to infrastructure. Not in any of the sectors. Yen pe in here to me found kola, you triple kola the way they secondary school. I provide infrastructure momo. You started senior high school near your double track. It's said dormitories, classroom blocks and also. Me no can say 80% of secondary schools they are off double track. omo ko first year last year no 80% of them omo ye double track nti omo second year ne third year no omo facing out na omo ye double track dada no omo no mugu so they are all facing out. The amount of infrastructure we provided in the education sector no edutwem. We have built more hospitals, more health facilities than the NDC did. You are listening now our manifesto town by town, hospital by hospital. Irojet hospitals are co-founded here in 2008. For 8 years of the NDC government, Oman we Irojet hospital co-founded for Yeniaba yes 9 hospitals. In the infrastructure there, you find Kasem. What makes a difference between government A and government B? And they say, "Utumi trust no one doing D." You say, "A, adeɛ bɛn na metumi create a equalizer for every citizen everywhere." That is what makes the difference. The NDC to date doesn't have any. Who be someone almost social intervention, no, and yeah, no one say health insurance and education. In fact, social intervention and one health insurance and one free education. Those are social intervention. Social intervention and only LEAP, livelihood empowerment. Those are social intervention. Social interventions and the policies are a creating equal opportunity, enabling opportunity, and obia to be able to thrive. We barrier no because you see the only reason in here we ban now ye sikeni bano. Obenya opportunity asemi ane se obenya kwa yanko school.
Okay.
So when to me ono se many million na to be ko school ametwa no. Enti na to de bia obeka ya say site fo no. Eye ye fi site ko private school na private school fo no ntumi ye no. Ko se na ye ya dwunu ma do fifie no nkoma ye di ni fie no. Ene nkoma ye di ni street ni mo no. Dada ma fo no mo ni bi.
Baby.
Enti de ye se bo fo no be fa. Ye nya wura school na bo fo no fa pe boa. Ko question no de man ye a. Ye your lifetime experience.
Obebi.
Ye betwa. Nkɔla da fɔm bɛyi wode no kɔgyina abɛka gyanhye sɛ ɔnkrɔse wɔntumi nkrɔse bayɛn no wɔ 6 months na wotwa kwan mu sɛ wompɛ wobɛtwam so ade aseɛ na senia wowura efie no mu a nkɔla ɛte fie no mu ne aunties ne uncles obi a wɔ fie yɛbɛyɛ 35 ɛnti wo no wasɔre anɔpa no obi nya ho time sɛ have you bath sɛ woadware sɛ wondware ɛyɛ obi asɛm
adidie kwa ye no
na eduane na kasa ye tini na egu asanka ne wo beto so wa wadi bi so I just say it obi ani ahwan so create that, use the social interventions to simply give them a slight chance to make it in life.
Come in hunadie bi e wo UK baby a owo no that vicinity no school bia ye pepepe to say baby school.
Absolutely, that's what we are trying to get to.
It would mean can them say metse Dagenham enti me akwara no this am number Metin Kings
no
and answer this am number ebia
no
Westminster
the same
and standard nyare
and until they start education reforms here and this for go mpia ye buefu no and na kwhwe kwabenya KG no classroom no KGs na YCCC no classrooms na smart board so smart board ai and ankwala no KG bo kola bia wa tablet ni
akwabenya ho
ai junction atomic junction is why
wow
omo tablet si omo anim na nei yema senior bisa odame ne ma no owo na 3 months no ama ne tablet ena ede jiji nkola nani
akwara no kura ni mu se ye
3 months bisa odame 3 months no kura tablet na denti ena odame nko amba ena nkura tablet na odame say tablet ye nya bi ye nkola bremu a ebe den mi we University of Ghana mi we level 400 that means so tap mi hu computer da na me kai Mr. Kwame ya work up my school no Mr. Kwame computer class the only thing I tell me I DOS CD dot
onamu edambotwe emse the first degree or
computer science CD dot
na sabre kwa na yes
na computer na yes me say na yeko class no cry yeko kwa man yeko e friend say computer class na Mr. Kwame computer class ayeba besua computer o do saka no abo
adabi u betie u do se ko kan
ade no se ba se o computer na yeba 6 na yet desktop ba ho na on ka just so mouse ni mu a unsom enei ye chiche tablets ama nkola nyina wo Ghana wo say tablet na mo chiche no mo de vote na ma menka won asem njiro tablet na ye chiche na wo say ye de vote no we so dey share manifesto we so obo be chiche tablet
ebom
o de shim
me
ye de ka yefuo ekoshe ye si hostels ama ka yefuo ye train omo say o de na omo kire ka yefuo mo mo nko fie na ja ye de a wo kire no o taxi ka ye unim say Joma Ama His Excellency o wa ba mu no na ka yefuo to ya tax adeɛ no ɔmo so ano debi yɛn ebetwa mu yɛtwa mu 2017 kaya ye tax yɛn ebetwa mu 2017 it was part of the 25 nuisance taxes yɛ yi free so
na yɛ gye ɔmo
na etimɔden bɛ no ayi na ɔmo gye ɔmo tax kaya ye tax yɛn na ebetwa mu ɛnɛ onim sɛ kaya ye hostel ne vocational training n sɔn do asɔm do manifesto.
Said to improve upon the.
In a make catch or say or ye political trickster or a strategy no denam. When we say adiano, say what can say one can say and conform be treaty on today. Baby you do yanka don pebia. And until that on manifesto no. Omo try ya say chenchena achi. Yeah there some why omo there. Then can you say more opposition leader, de facto leader of the NDC. What to opposition 8 years. When to me and found manifesto amba. Nipa ye no 6 months ago November year. Ono etime de manifesto aba ode ba ye dan ye announce say ye be manifesto launch ade echi ya no mo so announce mo de so be na week later na mo manifesto no mo kai no niam miensa niam a o kai say 2012 ye nto abama no ba ye no mo anye mu ba akompo sai na mani na wo manifesto nim de atoso mienu niam a ye ka say ye be ye tro ye manifesto no a week before no na intime bi ye ka say ye be 1 or say ye be 2 bi ye ka say ye manifesto ye be 3 no mo 1 and 4 baby I see about 5 no mind 6 manifesto no de tia no and onim esa no say want to ne boase anka manifesto nti me ka say me che ofo manifesto na 30% of the manifesto niam a yegusu a ye dada wonim otwoye o de share them 2012 2020 manifesto nim to copy ni nyina copy and paste including ofo mo 2012 manifesto no de ye to abama no and no ye to abama no so ma ye o wan ye ofo 2012 manifesto na line by line verbatim they want to enter manifesto nim and no one watam no they abɛhyɛ 2024 manifesto nim wan kan onim sɛ TVET nsakyerɛ bebree abam o da hyɛ the manifesto o da hyɛ mu so ɔbɔ ade a yɛ wie dada yeah or say oba there is no proper children's there no children hospital when I come aboard one onim sɛ yɛ si bi awie kora o weja onim that is basically how their manifesto no is set up. But I can tell you, say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has listed 14 thematic areas as the key areas for his manifesto. They kind or say, or did he say, as I say, making sure, say, you better improve on expanding your economy, say, in 2022, a good way, be. Or say, he's going to build Ghana into a world-class digital economy. For NDC for.
I said, mobile $1 more for free here, and the media baby here, until you ended up mismanaging the economy.
No crap, partner say. Anytime the NDC speaks about the economic situation, we don't argue because indeed the Bianca economy no could do no any between 2017 and 2020. Ye improving yama mo say any na na ma make unim say Jomama his excellency oba abemu no na inflation 8% or the 15%. 8% or the 15%. 2013 to 2016 or the 15%. He has not a single record as president, not a single record of improving any aspect of our economic indicators. Not even one. Anya shekrampo yajitum. Dollar koya kopim about 23 cities was it. 23 cities was a bibisa. What you say? And they a course no. Ya share manaba fem eguswa yedai. Eba fem. Full ankwa could do about almost about 26 or 27 cities somewhere in 2023. 2022 December. And they atia bafem. Inflation ekwaya kopim 54%. Uncle do 54%. And then your manager aba and aba do 20%. I can tell you, so by the time we get to December, our inflation will be better than the NDC's inflation. The difference between us and former President Mahama say, your evidence says at the end say you to me any year emaneba fem. Senior, call any of the NDC members. Let them tell you one economic indicator. Omuwa bemu e wasro and e kosro mu to me the bafem. Just one. They have none. We can at least show, say, we have been able to move inflation from 15 to 8% before. And we can also show, say, indeed, it messed up after the COVID situation and went all the way to 54%. But, your evidence to show, say, it could do 54%, no? Yet to me, at Swam and before be 20 goose over film. Why? And our economy, amano. The one that has the record to prove that when it gets bad, he is able to manage it and bring it down and improve. And I said the one that has no record of bringing it down, but only record of it going up. Every single indicator under John Mahama in the economy echoes through. Only bakumpa ebafem. Why now the economy better? Ebeshenism. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, Ojidi say we have a long way to go when it comes to our economy, and that is why he believed that. And yeah, they build the foundation of the economy. No, man tontone, yembo hobai, or no, and a wojidie, a one understanding the boss and yaman hobai, yaman on twaso. He needs to reduce the cost of living. Watch clearly how he's going to reduce the cost of living. Watch clearly how he's going to create jobs and get businesses to expand. Watch clearly a corner breakfast why yemma. The manifesto no, heavy on women and the elderly. A core of first one, the vulnerable in society, our women, our elderly group, obeshe, na wabwa na yasitinemu akwenim. Those things are captured here. Teacher ni ehunu no ha, nurse ni ehunu no ha, doctor ni ehunu no ha, mechanic ehunu no ha, medicine, every single Ghanaian you can think of. Offer manifesto here, you see yourself there. We are not saying say we are a perfect government. We are not saying say ye need now to be aware, but the can say between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the former President Mahama Nkwade, anka yemma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kwan no so di obeye no oyeni yenhwe ye ren fee former President Mahama ye ayaka di odi efe mu enitani odi efe mu. The man is simply incompetent. He has no idea. He lacks genuity. Okofa the manifesto ya e copy no copy festo, cut and paste copy festo eno nko omo bu na copy festo because unim o fa
omo copy
si na ambiza asem wo de ye fa ne say chinjaba chinjaba papa ya wa bin o Bible Solomon de ebi chinjaba nti yan solve problem no me the manifesto by last week Sunday what do you about 7 days later why na copy why
no makika yie na motete ye
okay Kadia Bakwe where manifesto man yenkaye. Every single thing in our manifesto, our flag bearer had already spoken of. It would be okay, and so yekaye. Into no cancel will be at them. Interference and call level another level of testing. Me now the manifesto by a week before one. Me copy on our manifesto not the bad way. I don't think what no opposition 8 years. What try ama me the manifesto by first. And you copy in here. I don't think that me announce say men launch me manifesto ade chi announce do date by na wo twen dey na de empa na wo twen enye copy ntia me say mo for manifesto na ade bia say be 1 no mo say be 2 ye say be a say ye na ya kan kwa de o be bi say ye ka say be si a say si ni ya papa say ya papa maka so be di party dem ko
a political strategy
say me but it's true and this they are very good at that say nti na mo dada in 2008 somba health insurance no mo cassette o men one time premium e just to abamo mo man ye e bia no mo ye free education but I can tell you we are not going to rest and they know they are losing this election senior they know
why
they know they are losing these elections because they are not credible omo ye credible they know they don't have a credible leader omo need leader or yes sincere or the kasade or steez bi oh no ato ne boas no kakasa ne boko bi no kan de bi but on yes sincere. They are losing the elections. They will lose these elections. Not because MPP is a perfect political party, Debbie, but simply because between the two leaders, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and John Mahama and Nkwade, you say, Utie, unante from now Utie, nay, Dr. Bawumia a campaign on cry, or Kabli Kuma West near there. Udopa, Kotieti, from guys say, at the end of the day, I now so MPP, but John Mahama pa dear. Because Oma Hunida, the empire Naka John Mahama, they bring be on my way. The empire.
They are going to reset the economy.
Ye pay upgrade. Mami ka semichiro. See it here. Mami amu phone na mafi. iOS no, ye update.
Okay.
O reset here. Do you know what reset means? Reset means say what paper dey na wo ho ni nyina. Ina okwo sha ase foforo. Anya bia senior to be very fair with you. Ye were challenges and there were difficulties. But wo gidi say ade wo Ghana ha nyina anya papa. Eti ye ni bia say ye bon ho ban. You need to see so many years. So you can't reset Ghana. We can't. Because immediately you reset Ghana, it means that you are wiping all the good. Here former sika omunya le free the school ube wipe it. Health insurance. Ayedinya ube reset it. hospitals are yes over reset it.
Holistic.
That means I reset because reset there holistic. Reset no. You see again over reset yes all can say only be count. Offer for now a reset to factory settings. Is that the actual?
Aye.
Into all reset to Nkrumah na Ghana no be resetting to Achiam on time no. And now be resetting to your friend is a Rollins time and now resetting now okay all resetting to Kufuor time. And now your reset is to your time. And I make say your political tricks no. Or can seminar no can it senior. To be very honest with you, we have challenges. We have serious difficulties as a country. No doubt about that. But respectfully, in all humility, what Ghana needs is an upgrade. We need an update. I see a koyenim upgrade. You know what the upgrade does is that niyama pa eyeno eka ebo ho ban yema wo. Na dia ewo na enye papa no na fix yama wo. That's what an upgrade does. That's what an upgrade does to any system. Let's do a system update. Normally, even tech for the now you don't even talk about reset anymore. It's an update. The update will do two things. It will protect all the good things and then it will fix the bag. About fixing Yama and you know, the man has no plan, and that's why he wants to take us back. Who wants to go back, Syria? Why no my woman person come back, even though we have challenges? The penny say, near my power on your bed bomb by none no credit. I can't difficult my no. You better fix your money. So between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is going to upgrade Ghana, and former President Mahama, who wants to reset Ghana, we have a choice to make. And we are making a choice between a reset and an upgrade. And I can tell you, say, the Ghanaian people wants to upgrade and not reset. One means how reset no kind of crazy. Or do we power and on Casa no kind?
Now, and there was a question and represent say, oh, why beam Adena, the Obian onion. We said earlier part of our conversation, what they buy.
Yeah.
Emma also can say, so be a war manifesto, and your body and no baba.
And no put this all can ingest. And no can ingest. And no can ingest of a few can as him. Was a quanica, Obisa question who say, ye be a den my ben or slay, not 20 boss no church.
Yeah.
The fact is that, and they see a free city high school. And until ye can't educational, yan drain free city high school fee paying whom be no. I ne ye can't share with ye. And ye moving on.
Now,
Mebaso, intended ye discussing education. We are no longer discussing making secondary education free. We are not thinking about tertiary education. Meboa. It is saying that at every point in time, you would have something to do. To me, and it's not possible because some of the things you even want to do next year, no, and who kofa buy no, and who family kono, and ne, and you ready yet, meboa. It is a kofa buy no family kono you ready as I bet you ready. I can say me, who to me for class 1 class 6. Inti ebia why you say ugia obey lawyer but what to me sorry if KG1 can say me call law school and say call class 1 class 2 now go through one we secondary school as I call law school meboa inti enya dia obetumi sorry preoccupy lawyer e woni ma bi ese wo ye inti wo ye ni nyina no na wo toa so na ye bi kan ho and that's what this is all about. Otherwise question bi obisa and Kamala Harris Vice President of the US, so your campaign. And you're not a Vice President.
Aye.
And then you're more than this year. Former President Bahama Kasakasa or no Nankasa. Or by your name 2012, no catches or a spare driver. You're in the main driver. No. On your opportunity to be an acting president. As a Yakotuaba.
There be a one crown where you're substantive president.
Yes, I'm or substantive, yes. Other than Samreno, why implementing your mayors or in Preco? Now, Mamma Bisa and Kessia cry. And they are on number of catch and say, Oba may say, Meba may say, see, I'm a question. Yamano Kikano. A Yama buy a how I started in there. Emudia in any water dada. Until the question is, Onya Kwamba or Mampenino, Yama or Kikaso or Bobayano, I know 1 year. And they was your Bobaye level 100 tertiary, or by Mamu free loan.
No, national organizers to be chilling, say, and yet free.
Na mama kasa mtona nani is for me kasa ma ya me ka aya me ka na say miracles na kanti he policy bi enu omo de aba omo ti acheche mu da not even policy bi enu ho
oh but baako
24 na what is here yeah 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 here what dey mama 24-hour economy what you say
any say me fa ne say bi akantamanto omo tonton niema wo ho no aban be provide security inti anadwo nyina no betumi aton niema the fear ni say ya na nkofo suro say anadwo kwa obi be ye obi bi ni ade afei banks no so no 24-hour passport office bi am hiam passport akoba bi chira no pa
adwini sa honam no bre adwini sa honam no
debi ekoma ya di wan say
no chema ena me church obi say sa adwini sa honam no ebre unu say ebe adwini sa enti na obekọ no obi mowa si ho no de ne say do mowa de do grass no obekọ no na mowa si ho no kwa langa ubi say osi o me de no ya na me ho to me ubi say go bi za
aye
osi o me de langa no do a na mitumi ye ne ye adwini sa honam no ebre senior say metie yi metumi asende 100,000 Ghana cedis ato account mu na we na ne ya de aye de awopɛ anajo 12 am kra metumi aye nti ebo 1 am me ko gye de bank
bia me ko ye deposit
na metumi aye wa ha metumi aye wo me phone so
we dey cash
wonim say ATM so we receive deposit ana wonim
oh yes
wonim say ATM awo Ghana ha
bebre
receive deposit then ye ken adwini so a honam ne bre when na wo Ghana ha waka che won say ye ha we my way mu ene say ye pese ye ko bank anajo 1 chami wiase afada nyina Ghana wiase nyina me on mind ba ko a ebo 7 pm mpa bank biye mamba ko one country there is none not even one country tell me one country in the world that about 8 pm I call passport office call passport one country but one country mama there is none not any no country in the world
say there is backlog
me say but one na backlog no 8 p.m. Now me say backlog is it about collection at 8 p.m.
And the partner staff now a pay adwuma point. What to process the account.
Now omo catch will say have you see the point into say about who be selling question be say buy e be hwehwem. When bisa passport office omo catch will say the entire your backlog no because you pon 5. Want to say omo catch booklet shortage ho. Want to no ye. Now unim 24 economy say want to be ancheche mu ye. Unim the one policy nim. On fe 133 na the kumi 133 no kra ne say omo say abaya djuma public service no we be ba no pa no wa po awia na the position no obi foforo be fa na awia
say 8 times 3
yes until 133 na ma miss a question o ko passport no say your director of passport
sure
it director of passport no your director of passport we ba no pa ne abada nya director of passport we ba awia ne nya director of passport we ba nyuma nti wo pon a ti say na mo ye no studio ha no no pack ni wana okọ ewia no new director na wo ho
create employment na create employment
ama create employment o man nim adwini so a honam ne bre enti chief director for local government no 133 even ya chief director no pa na ya chief director wia na ya chief director nwumre teacher for no mo 133 na oni bi ekumi kra o say 24 economy kra football count because 2 am na say ebo match na La Liga
bia minister of local government for instance ye betumi anya de obeye 8 hours na enam se esunu ntina wonu a be man krofo aba you be represented by
one say and Dr. Mahmoud Amia Kasembi o say former president Mama is behaving as if so on your man peninda senior no crepa and say the truth of the matter is that there is nowhere in the world that you can say 24-hour economy say na musika no you running no in fact 24-hour economy I think I've told you before it's a very nice strategy that is working in so many countries including even this country London even London quite city no the entire city we running 24 hours
there be no
and yeah Oxford Street
yeah
Australia no more than 24 hours
me Melbourne na me Koseska Australia Melbourne about 5 almost on my
phone if you see baby anywhere you running 24 hours with baby out but you see baby out be kono you have specific areas around 24 hours everything in Ghana ha oko Atemuda Lagos Avenue oko base wa yenda eno pa ko show bi ani aso ko afi na okoda wo all kono bi so ba Oxford Street oko dankwa circle e wo connection wana ma me no ton wache no around 24 hours
but when it will be formalized say one more me fa some production no aban be ma we incentives it is a idea we na we produce 10 ubenya incentives ama for so about the production
senior share the omokano and rocket science. They don't have to lie to us for votes simply for this. Nutrifix a factory ewo tema hey Nutrifix a factory ewo tema me no kase abo almost about 9:15 anopa shift aba e mo bus na be for mo be ndra na dwo no e ko fie omo ko fie na yi ebo be 5 a omo be dwuma omo be anadwo de okotema a lot of the factories are doing it okotakrade a bebre wo ho bantama obi te bantama street odi za bantama senior owura street ni mu a ye onkofo bi a okọ bantama enita wa akoto no
senya wana mti
owura street wa tem bi a be owura street ba akoto so ajase nti bibi a ewo oman we mu dada in specific areas ampa ubetumi de account manifesto maka say oh sa mia de we ebia me ba me gidi say me wo other areas bi a metumi ama na yete say Oxford Street on by 24 hours me wo neighborhoods bi a me gidi say na wo city no metumi ama ya say Lagos Avenue it is our areas way anyway no me ba niama say na maye wo ho if they had put this thing in this manner there will not be any argument but they are deceiving us when they tell us say omoba public service ebe 133 senior it is a lie. It cannot see it is a lie. It doesn't even make sense. In fact abambia bampono so kaso be ne sakra aban no your mambo for
thereby creating employment.
No, but see, what do you need staff at local government ministry 12 a.m. for? What would they be doing?
Construction.
Local government ministry.
There be construction. People say be a coin. Coin no. Episi we in tempti. We no ba pon wa na. Okay, be all day.
Hey. A demand and supply. 24-hour economy no. A demand and supply. And it's not be say Ghana ha no. And ye baby na be koso. Baby a demand no wono. E koso. It's all they had to do.
Mustafa Bandi say. Me find say wo fie. Anadwobre no. Well condition. Enye adwuma. You have people say bia we mu ba anopa we ma baby enkoba so o mapon. And you from
demand and supply. The lali. Me let you share the friend the lali. Me let you share friend the lali. Or 4 streets away from me. Me friend the lali and I do 1 a.m. cry. Obefa no abeyama. Me just say obisa. A demand and supply. Say electrician bi won potamu bi onim sa na dwu bia. Ye nya nipa be 5-6 friend man be ye kanea. Enye wo enti shebe na beba. Shebe na beba e ma electrician na. Watrase 1 month obi an friend na 12 da. Shebe na beba na beba na bi adwuma 12. We dey shebe. Na mom so tena say na say de bia about 12 onya nipa be 5-6 friend na obekọ. Enye wo sa wo command the police for 50 kra kwatra na shop. Na say adiasa 12 obi an friend say ye be adwuma senior. The only reason why I no pay about 10 koko rap on say obi an meto koko after 11 o. Na mum say if anka about 10 that's a line that's wo koko.
Koko pa de edina no pa.
Yes, say about 10 that's a koko line that's wo ho a. Nko beton koko. Enu nti e na koko rap bi wo ho a upon 10 no akofie about 5 a no asen aba. Aban na di to osinity. Onim say about 5 a ye onkrofo bi nso a on beto koko 5. In fact, say between 12 and 4 p.m. Nkofo ho mbeto kokwa obeba enye wo na obeche ne sombra na o command the police for 50 na say between 12 akopem 4 p.m. obi ameto kokwa ade echi a omma emfa wo police for do ade den wo de man no because the koko no ye na be say eye simple common sense enti ye be boa Ghana no ani research Ghana no ani general mosquito esele nkatia say 24-hour economy no organizer na what chima nkwan so be adwuma 24 hour
o se bi wo areas o me
pudon papa so say omo be yen jata ne enyinamoa eni elefa no ma export na anadwo no de enti e ma 24-hour economy na ai den say omo mbe fidi nyata no ye be fa omo nyina adwuma mu bensere ade dey serious o enkofo no ekoyo mo de yanam so no omo tocha yen and I can tell you serious me ka say ndisi be lose elections here o I am serious o because Ghana for eti1 no pay omo tifie omo efuom koko wase edwa so nyina etie say na nkrofo yi to mo plan nie omo dia ne say 8 years aso ye nto aba nti MPP ye beba ye nka he ye de dia ne say ye nkeka ne ma ye gidi say NDC MPP ntumi anye ni yie no na wana ka so ba ba mu abetuma ye dem nyina yie yen keka na de yento yomonto aba mayen ba say plan pa bisa NDC ni say mo be mo plan pa mo ma teacher for ye den
I will be quite so their to so see even night clubs crab running 24 hours.
Night club, be running 24 hours. Night club. I don't know night no. Running 24 hours. There's a day club, the night club.
Obi asend ya ba say, won say President Mahama can say oba enema would be or wa obehwehwem one state capture, two lands nema ambulance repairs Sputnik BV no me ade na obache oba so be make sure say nema sika na akodi ko for obaje sa so obaje na
say we problem you know na say we yan say oba na we mampeni na say oba na say ugiri so obi ewie sika chini to we say ya dey bia
simple
we kra po de nkan we kasa oba na say we mampeni oba na say ugidi say odame no ye minister for there and no wi akakra senior che no anamboa so de be kokko se che no so yen kangaroo say when you rollins aban na the twesi wuti o de be court na wako cheche ma chen de ntia o just say party bi enu a waton ama aban we japade se NDC party no party no party in fact omo kra de omo sheda call parliament e ko chechire mra eta omachi omo ko parliament e ko pass mra friend diversity implementation act obekaya 90s no near group popular committee diversity implementation committee 7 o'clock news GTV you also
aye
diversity implementation committee the most popular committee in Ghana almost ton Ghana factories in Makumako 300
wow
300 factories the list is all there what is that gasem na ya bind there
yeah
gasem so na ya bind there almost ton golden tulip na dey nyina almost ton ye golden tulip na dey nyina almost ton ye
city hotel
oni nyina almost ton ye almost ton aban factories in Makumako 300 hwe opa won memma o list bo NDC penny bi edi mbeche asase oto ye ya ban de and if you oto ye ya ban de when the NDC mo onto aban japade when who NDC penny be ya onto aban
maybe it was backed by law then
yes so I don't have a problem I'm only bringing out the issues
okay
I don't have a problem I'm only saying say Obeka state capture the actual state captures in the NDC omuton aban japade te say chupa chops and tomatoes. The guys are wicked. Very wicked. Very wicked. No mo ya de ni wi a no ma dani omo hontoma. No ma kan ekwan bi so. No mo de akyekere wo. O ya wo hwie yeye. Na MPP no, ye no abrofosem no doso. Nti ya ye hu ya asem ka. Abrofosem no e doso. Hwe, mameka se be nanse ye okudjota black honorable. MP for Northton. Okofa a list of insasi bia. Obeso o kire say MPP aban na aton. Uni baby insase no de ba ye ni nyina e insase a omo no moton ye 2015-2016 ni nyina na onim enti release letters release documents no na fe no wa lock
am say ba ko bi de kan 2015
ni nyina na de tie ne say ono afe no abete ote ne embra omo mata asase na fe no omo registration wo say asase no to a e be take ya while and so register enti ote ya no de beto abonti no onim say ono ane nkrofo prisons cantonment prisons na opposite police hospital no omo apartment and accommodation no eya MPP aban the team omo de manipa baako one prisons for headquarters omo de manipa baako one person I'm telling you
eno no esi wo abanda ne penso
oh yes omo de manipa baako mi phone adum ka mi kan letter ne kire o any contract omo sign na no time omo sign document December after elections omo lose elections 2016 no omo de sasa ne cheye Roman Rich oh master home Roman Rich omo ton ye omo de manipa baako omo de manipa baako omo ton ye omo de manipa baako they gave it to one person NDC they gave it to one person omo ton ye omo de manipa baako enti sometimes you see we like to focus on bread and butter the things that keep the Ghanaian citizen awake enti to de bi omo yes anya na ye hwedi ni ye jai but no government no group of persons in a real Ghana japade aton amomo ho ti say NDC omo tonton factories ema omo nafofo DCC sorry tonton factories kwata ma kojo ru na kwhwe insori wo akese wo na akese na abaye japade no omo tonton omo nafofo enti eneyi omo nya no na to de bia ho say yen so yakosoro ba fam nanso eden ewe ye ho ona wo ho anope obi asori di obedi onyae o enti wo na wo aban mu na sesa wotumi pe bi mani di no enye de awo ka na nipa ne ba betie o obi oba be cheche ne re kakra se we mu na ye no ono na otie no enti to de bi amaya asem ka enye de because wo pe senior anope no fu obo a ewo soro no wa ban na ewo so enti untumi nya no mbe chechirem enti na to de bi a ni aye kom no but state capture NDC for omanji individuals ejapade from nsem omanji individuals ejapade individual persons o my own business hwe ade ba ko ntie to de bi am se na your regions bi am pay this asem on pay this na nkofo we fi abakosem. It has nothing to do about tribalism. It has to do about how some of the indigenous people of those regions are not very popular were treated by the PNDC. In some areas we are okay NDC. Businessmen are my room NDC for your businesses from them. Businessmen are my room journey through my room because of NDC. Businessmen are my room I am here because you go nana boache nana bi ne papa ko bisa ne papa
boache mattress
apia menkamo people who self-made people are NDC for omo japade omo ton aban de na baji omo de momo ebu baby no government owned state owned asset near Toma 31st December women's movement it's our own kind of na to amomo it is state capture. The NDC should never ever go on that tangent. Now I told you so omo ka corruption in some na omo nka nche jo Mahama His Excellency omo ka nko omo meka. He is the only president in the history of this country. Only president in the history of this country up to now emununkum edaso woniti when it comes to corruption. The only president.
Oh, but he has been exonerated of all the charges.
Which charges?
Crown Court, no.
Eka said. Adi say an charge no, ntiere say exonerated no. Prosecution special prosecutor wan kasa wa exonerated no.
Jati an charge.
Wan charge no. And I'm say charge no so dey. Prosecutor pa no charge o. And no just say won ye bone ye.
Sure.
Ubetumi ye bone, but prosecutor kasa me charge wa. Me charge o. UK for no say. Airbus for nan kasa ba say. Yes, Ramu, Mufan Chay. Fine a woman na yebetua. The Amukanina enokre. Ampa Ghana yekutua bribe. In fact, bribe no, ye defa nipa we so. Na nipa we we friend government official one. Ono ne nipa no oboa yen. Enti ono na ye defa ni nua no so, the bre. Ni nua no ni di nie. We nie. All this while, ye nim say government official one, ye nim so aje bribe. I don't know. Echinje bi enu hu. UK for report in my investigation. The same investigation US, the same government official one or J bribe. Nana why nana government official one? Who? It was not about whether government official one has taken a bribe or not. It was about who was government official one. And then they change one. It is the only thing special prosecutor Yama and so Beji to Obekache and so no investigation to say former President Mahama and the government official one. It is not up to special prosecutor to tell us whether obe charge no and are on charge no, but the fact of the matter is that government official one no Airbus for nankasa confess say ye man bribe Emma Airbus no educate to yanka US any UK dada e di say obe charge no say won charge no ye issue hwe ono pe ne vice president and not akonwa so ono an president Emma ye hwehwe mu fa no the same plane minim their planes aye no. Okay, so plane, military planes.
Negotiations dear. Say do baby, say your kind say we are taxing to do this. You way. And you know, Bassa said BBN. Me was to be very honest with you. Me wrong. Normally I don't place premium on Sunday away. I only bring it up when more corporate, you know. You try to bring it up. Otherwise, I must say, I don't penny on my penny or take on your Otumi jitu mi say contractor man eduma be che ne Ford car. O kan ko the fleet of cars.
Ebia won chichire. Problem say ebia chichire mu ho. Ade no bia won chichire mu. Ejise na wo chichire mu no. Saa na enei wo so kasa oba prosecute oba no so betimi a chichire mu. Obia won chichire mu sinia. Enye won ko na explanation. Eti men ko gina o party for the men no nka say me ba me ye eno no Ghana ha no eye kangaroo na eri you o nipa no so kwa chire o zira o chire mu no nko a ye bo bell 5 atoso ebia so won chire mu ebia won chire mu enti I only think say the Ghanaian population no wiser than we were in the past. And that is why the NDC will lose these elections, respectfully, in all humility.
Now, my graphic online. Now, graphic online. I think a book on some mentioned people calling me a liar. And I thought to myself, at least I'm not being called a murderer, as my boss was, or a drug dealer, or even government official one. It's excellency can as a way.
Aye.
An influence to what?
Say a book on Zakache and say, I don't know what transia opponent, but it's true. When you say multimedia for your investigation, be and mom realize it, you say, and this in fact in their report, how many international group in a year's investigation, their report established say National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sammy Gyamfy, and the NDC for Nasha that Senase. When you say online wrong, a use algorithm say your corner Kwame Nkrumah case here it's modern for Kwame Nkrumah case here, tell me generate content. Kwame Nkrumah case here it's modern for a bedu baby no obo modern for Ghana pa Kwame Nkrumah case remember.
Yeah, sure.
And you see the number of times I am mentioned and the investigation of multimedia for and this international group we here in the say the Baumia is a liar no was a there and this for share that tenase a chichire to online. That one is established. Some years investigations, no. And more establish it. And I don't know, senior. Want me on she? Obi na no watch that also. Then I'll be to me. And you can say, oh, say when Kwana Mobeka to me so because Bibia or evidence so say. Adia bia make us a mayor no. Me ye. Or can so be your friend is saying,
Baba, why is that I'm not being called a murderer?
Meba. Or can so be a drone, zipline drone. Some can say zipline drone no. Or the bar I had a bit my tempo a better than a drone to me the moja ako baby e do baby na the bar for them you are there no crebe man who adware any idea or say Ghana card e beba you bet to me the two if you almost say possible ade bi obeka bi the first one can say oboa and so boom and I say some of from a lion kwa de anka me pe e yes say so be from say me wudini and I yes say so be from say me government official one ko government official one there or your kronfo and internet here eti okawe I think some na yadwe and many opa bisa Isaac Kretu we bisa say e be friend trofo any say e be friend wudini and akron for the no pe bisa no aye dey na pe adene say ofem baako e say ofem baako
na no it's na ka say kutie bi o
I say ofem baako
okay
eto bia no ne de eti ono so ne de onya wafa onni wo change kra
I see where you come on me say papa na afa ni ahase aye na mama hwe the way forward enra enkataudi a one manfo nyina di ye no say wo run na apa e ko sen
the American say Dr. Mahmoud Bamia wa komapa ema oman Ghana owo adwempa ema oman no owo eniswade hu kese pa ma oman no nokre enye niam na ban ka se ye ba ye be nyina na yetumi aye but ye hwe bebia ba bedri ene dia wesua ene nimdia wenya as vice president ene ono ankasa kra ne contribution as vice president to oman we bepem na ogidi se sie ma no kwan na ye bo no be yo mampania didi kan obetumi abo ene pa ya ye no ho ban na de anya aka no otumi aboabo ya no ni ahwe ne de sanu ma no so ayeden aba ade ba ko a ehia tisiri pa going into the future of this country kendinia owo abadaye kendinia owo tema kendinia odon nokre ebedi nanim na ne kase pa ye kendinia owo akukudru emre bia masema meka ne se ye kase obi ye kendini papa enye kendini a ebi ebeka se ohaw ne amanehunu ba enti no ye kendini papa o na mo kendini papa ye dia ohaw ne amanehunu de beba na mum eba owo sa akukudro na obetumi aka se ohaw aba mo mayen ka ye humbom ne ye hu mfrim that is who Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is. He doesn't believe say ye pay na yensaka. In fact, Andrew Crow can say or GDC still have difficulties and hardships as a country. Nemum ono de nhyehyɛ we no GDC betumi aboa na yiye free sa ohanim. Si ye hwɛ sa nhyehyɛ we na ye GDC or ye completely different kind of leader. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not your regular politician. Or not way until say me yemu biwa politicians dey be fire. Ye ketekete no me recruit yen. Mi sakra mo okwaba na be fa me. Mo ofajare kwela bi. And wo be fa me na odi me ananti mu a. Nti yemu de obetumi aka kyen say ye de ye thoroughbred. Ono de oye bank out in baby. Eye na bank na adwuma. Ni yakofa no he's a fine line between politics and technocrat. Enunti na ndra na Poladomo cheka asem say nyina ya fa ya adwanko. Say he has changed the face of Ghanaian politics. Before Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, anka yes our discussions manifesto Ghana. Oh, yeah. And this for the answer about one so no mkwa matches ni crazy by say Kotoma Bruni no. You will refuse say Kotoma Bruni no. Je Kotoma Bruni no. In fact, until Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na to Obama ho fe. O say minister Obama dim penifo ni chinti me hwe ne ma.
Na ma eno a obi sandi bibi ba Facebook no social media me say questions no bi wo a won hye na atwa mankrofo bi.
Senior. Me pe question ba ko a endro ye bisa ya obi be ka say na ye question a favorable to former president, favorable to vice president. No precedent.
Something like the crowd obisa scholarship students are.
Nobody has ever exposed himself in the manner in which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia exposing him to the media. I'm telling you. And I see former President Mahama media encounter. In your way, 4 hours of grilling questions. Me na me moderate. Why na me man? Na question is me man question puna. Enti me na me the question ma obi say Bawulaya. And me timo odin. Me na me the question ma obi say what say fundamentals are weak. And me na me ma question obi say what say economy and nurses are suffering, teachers are suffering, others so me na me the question. And they say me timo odin. There was not a single question. In fact, it was one of the things that I noticed yesterday. Not a single question yesterday. And I'll be a friendly question, my daughter. Now, me plant a question. Me plant 3 modern questions here, man. And now, the first comment to make you when the questions came, these are tough questions.
Yeah.
Opa, one kasa question video ni bium. Now pick one question. I'll be say a favorable question. I'll be say oh dear, miracles planted. Difficult questions. The things no president would want to talk about. That is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia talked about. Now tell me, which vice president in the history of this country has subjected himself in the manner in which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia subjected himself? The man is different. The man is carrying an entire government on his shoulder. Former President Mahama Kronya Kwambedi president and Sir Oba Abakache and in 2012. He did not carry the government of the NDC and Atamels like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is carrying it. Everything is on his shoulder. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The man is basically held responsible for everything. And he's taking it. He's chesting it or on the chest without fear. Ojitum, the difficulties, the challenges, and the successes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. 4 hours of grilling questions. In fact, and young Mekran I'm stopping now. Akastela Oguswa Okasa. Because the man simply has nothing to hide. He has nothing to hide. Yeah, that is why he keeps calling for a debate, you know. Because all person who ni peti mo say who compare me no nasem.
A debate in the omuma.
Omuma. Enye force also. Enye force. Ompa no mo ba.
Mo say mo debate no mo pa mo any electricity no nkoka.
I say yes you mo. When I campaign say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and then Opa Kwabele Kuma West. The campaign no you know. Okase we are on the mic is here.
At that time we meeting.
Yes. No former president Mama why campaign 8 years still I betwa no campaign no wakwa hin. Wakwa say Obaba akwa no akoda 1 week.
That is a strategy.
Now why then? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has taught this country lot more in less than 7 months a year, you know, than former President Mahama. Yene Ghana for dim komo, yene ahemfo hia, yene friend say asofo hia, yene trade unions hia, yene mechanics hia, yene teachers hia, yene artisans hia. Omo nyina yede microphone si ho. Or Youth Connect program, or program by friend Youth Connect. Okushia the young people in the constituency. Only almost last we are not the mic see ho. Obi ebisa no question bi on person bisa no. Musi ya no yaye. Musi ya media engagement yaye. Afembre na debate amudwane. I am telling you that nobody in the history of this country, no president, no vice president in the history of this country, and etumi aye dia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aye ndra no. I mean, with that media engagement, yeah, ye share nkrofo, but senior, look at the enormity, the intensity of the conversation yesterday. No journalist was afraid to ask any question. No journalist was holding back in asking any question yesterday in the room. In fact, Endra in the room, no, the vice president gave a posture of give me all the hard questions.
And I mean, you call you Sheldon. No, you know, I was on
Obisa ba ko jo hard way. Obisa ba ko no bisa bi. Me no grasa beside friend Obisa no side third one. So, the fact of the matter is say Endra no was 30 pace no. Say this for say media engagement bi ma. Omo fe to be being free the Dr. Mahmoud.
I say omo lunch Saturday no. And a boom. It you boom one and must do it and fanko same.
Oh, I'm going to try. I'm going to be a channel the same degree. Political
press out.
Yeah, chance your baby. Political chat will be answered to be anye. And woman died of a cake. Omen Trebia do be anye. Ubia yen politics. Opa, Yodianopa. I didn't hear no man trust your man dear. I had manifesto lunch last week as on Bayody. I don't know manifesto lunch on my end the same day. Now, me manifesto lunch last week. I did chance a week later. Now, time I manifesto lunch no. And then I determined on time on my own Diana. When I decide to obey media engagement July, and I'm saying media August. In fact, media engagement, I can show you evidence of it. Our original date was 26 June.
Okay.
Long before the NDC did their media engagement. And I told no, Saturday and person obey truncating the original tour no. Next year they be only original tour no. Now later yen. So what does it got to do with anything? Now mo pa no manifesto dey pa no mo kaya yenteda. Everything in their manifesto is coming from their 2012 manifesto or their 2020 manifesto. Okada ya dey bi mpa naka. Yeah, the case e be nyina, ye say e be one om so me two. Say be two om so me three. That's all. There is nothing else. Mo sorry am say ya copy manifesto. Mo sorry am say ya manifesto ni empty. Mo dey na empty na because you copy mo. Say what say you copy wa. Wọ́n sì mú manifesto yẹn kọ̀pẹ́ mu ẹ̀yẹ́ nà ọmọ ká mo sáré wíwá mo sì yẹn díẹ̀ ní yẹn empty.
àǹtí ẹ̀ empty sanse mu deɛ mu ni bi deɛ ɛyɛ mu akɔpẹ́.
Empty na yɛ empty no. Nansi na sɛ na mu sɛ mu deɛ na sɛ yɛ kɔpẹ́ empty thing. Ɛnti sa yɛ kɔpẹ́ empty thing. Senior, we have government to run. The teachers of this country, the nurses, the doctors, the masons, the mechanics, the lawyers, people want solutions to your day-to-day problems. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is willing and ready to fix these challenges. When you ignore NDC for, party, no, they should present to the people of this country a credible leader. To be a presentation, I support him.
And you better say, pa, you say, when you dabako, you say, Bokoswaba, Naya Church and Simona Bibia, so I come. Openia, and Nayan Dean Como, OFD, so Dennis, Miracle, Abaogye. Na ye wo meswaba ye ba na fe en komo ho do ho ye ne ndia to us.
Okay FM 101.7.
Abusianfo yamamu nyina akwaba bio yawie first show we ene eha Miracles Abaogye akire NDC se sabio entro propaganda afi we enkoba bia. This year it is about what you have done, what you can do, your track record, fact and figures ene de kotoaba. Propaganda machinery for winning election a trip. Yes, nti abusua share video no na comment likes no esua enti abusua message say mo like video no na video no ntumi nkɔ na nim na nipadɔm enya video we enti won subscribe to RAZ Media nso a pomoda na subscribe na bɛka abusua kɛse RAZ Media ho medamu nyina se senior man Samuel Okuno, I see you. I want to say Mohammed Shafu Fiu Michiao. Yeah, Alfred Afari Wonso Michiao Francis Mate Code Wonso Michiao. Here Dominic Buddha Michiao. Malam Jibre, yeah, Wonso Michiao. Miracle there, or you're very powerful. We share message like a video no. Now subscribe to the channel. Sign Babiem with another powerful message. Stay tuned and don't get vanished. Like the video and subscribe to RAZ Media GH on YouTube and try to follow us on also Kennedy Japan Jr. on Facebook. Therefore, we are coming back with another fantastic story. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.